responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
When you walk out on that field today, ask yourself this question. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Breathe it. Breathe it. Breathe it. Breathe it. I'm going to the house. I'm going to the house. When I step on the field, 7 minutes. This is what it feels like. Football is in. That's it. It's happening somehow, yo. What time is it? What time is it?
Just whenever you hit it.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, sir. Things don't move.
I see.
We're talking about the Jets like we're talking about the Saints. You know, all this hollering, we the Miami Heat of football. Yeah. The bottom line is you got to buckle up the chin straps. It's embarrassing. Yeah. Don't disrespect the game like that. There's too much crying from him. He's a man. He can be a hit just like us. He's a man. You already make the big money. He's a man. I'm proud when you step on the field, man. That's what I did. When I step on the field, I send one message. This is what it feels like. Oh, my bad. Your bad don't work in my world.
What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Game time. What time is it? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We made it. Let's go to the house. Let's go to the house. It's a wrap. Game over.
No, this game is not over. In fact, it's just getting started, getting everything set up, getting my mics right, getting the speaker right and everything right in the studio. It's the Lunch Break Sports Talk Show. It happens every Monday through Friday from 12 to 2. When you break for lunch, we break with you while you're eating, while you're working out, while you're running your errands, whatever it is you do for your lunch. We're talking sports, and we appreciate you allowing us to do that in your ear. Yeah, whether it be on your AirPods, or whether it be on your car, your phone, your tablet, whatever it is, we appreciate it. And this is our new Talk Your Team Tuesday. That's right. Whatever your team is, whoever your team is, talk about them today. I mean it. I know I've got some Milwaukee Buck fans out there that want to talk their team. Got some Brooklyn Net fans out there. You know, everybody's new Brooklyn Net fans. Brooklyn is the new Golden State Warriors. You had people out there that didn't even know where Golden State was. Like, you ask them what state. Oh, California. What city? I don't know. Golden State. Like, what? Say that last word again. Golden. Oh, state. That ain't the city. What city is it? Golden. I'll go. Oh, okay. Brooklyn. The Nets are the new Golden State Warriors. People riding and dying with Brooklyn like they've been with them since they were the New Jersey Nets. Yeah, I mean, people like literally are rocking with the Nets like they've been down with them since Jason Kidd. I mean, stop. It's okay to like good basketball, okay to like good teams, okay to like, good players. But when you acting like you've been down with somebody because all of a sudden they're good, that's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, I know you got Brooklyn Net fans out there, new and old. You can talk your team today. Where are the LA Clipper fans? You can talk your team. I mean, if you're an LA Laker fan, you can call and talk your team today. 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000, or 832-403-5005. If you want to text me so you can talk your team, do that. Or email me, aj@kyoksports.com, aj@kyoksports.com. I will read your text. I will read your email. If you're on social media, Facebook, at the Lunch Break Facebook page, or at the KYOK Facebook page, call in, drop a line, talk your team. I'll read it from the feed. If you're on YouTube, The Lunch Break with AJ, The Lunch Break with AJ, hit me up there, talk your team. And if you're on Twitter, I am scared of y'all on Twitter. I saw Twitter go off on a dude who has a parody account. A dude has a parody account, and he's funny. I follow him myself. And folks go off on him like he walked in their house, took out their favorite Spam sandwich, and ate it right in front of them. Twitter, y'all are something else. I love y'all, but I'm scared of y'all. So if you want to talk your team from Twitter, you can do that too. 281-453-1000 is the number to dial. CJ, I see you hanging in there. Got people celebrating birthdays today. I wanna get to some birthdays today. Got some big ones, some special ones. If you know someone celebrating a birthday today, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. Let me see who this is. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who this?
Hey, Drake, how you feel, man?
With my hands. How about you, Greatest? How are you?
Oh, man, everything is beautiful in its own way. And it's always a great day when I can talk to Andre. Say, man, I'm kind of perplexed. You understand? Am I right or wrong? Because during the regular season, the Greek Freak just be dominating everybody.
Yeah.
Craig Middleton be taking everybody to the hoop.
Everybody.
And that little old point guard, I can't think of his name
Drew
right
Holiday,
now. But
Drew Holiday.
Yeah. Now he taking a holiday. Come on, Bucks. Come on,
man.
Bucks. I thought y'all were going to do something, man.
Yeah.
Letting this lightweight, letting this 140-pound soaking wet Kevin Durant just dog y'all.
Ball out on
run it to me right, Dre. What's going on?
All right, so Greatest, you're a sportsman, so you can appreciate this.
Yes,
you can appreciate this.
Yes, sir.
You got nobody on base. You playing baseball. You got nobody on base.
No, sir.
And a dude hits a monster 500 feet home run. That thing almost gets out of the stadium. That thing is hit so far. Guess what? It counts as one run.
One.
All right. Yeah. If you beat a team in football 59-0, guess what? That counts as one win.
Yeah.
Brooklyn has played lights out. I'm not taking that from them. But at the end of the day, when they play game 3 in Milwaukee Thursday night, it's going to be 0-0. It's not going to be 2-0. It's not going to be 49-0. It's going to be 0-0.
So what you're saying to me, Dre, is Thursday night, the Bucks are going to put up a fight. Am I right?
I'll say this. Because I don't want to sound crazy. If Brooklyn beats Milwaukee Thursday night, then you're talking about something. Now we're talking about something. But all Brooklyn did was defend their home court. And if Milwaukee does the same, it's 2-2.
Well, if Brooklyn win, let me see. Brooklyn win. Oh, okay. If Brooklyn win in Milwaukee, I'll catch the next train out the country. Like Ali told them people when he's going to fight Sonny Liston, I'll take the next train out the country. I don't see it, man, because you got Durant. I mean, you even got Jimmy Harden sitting on the bench.
Yep.
That's a threat.
Yep.
You got Joe Harris.
Yep.
You got Kyrie. Now you got the rejuvenated Blake Griffin.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Wait, hold on, man. They need to, if in Detroit, they need to put out a warrant for his arrest because he stole money in Detroit, acting like he couldn't play, acting like he couldn't dunk, and now he done found the fountain of youth in Brooklyn. Come on, man. They need to go get him.
Hey, man. But I he ain't really got too much wear and tear. And how old is Blake Griffin? Maybe 30, maybe 31 years old. I mean, he's still a youngster. But on paper, Dre, I texted you last night. I really don't appreciate that text you sent back to me, brother. But so basically, what you're saying, it ain't over.
It ain't over. The season doesn't start until the series doesn't start until a team wins one on the road.
Okay, so how does Phoenix? Did you get a chance to watch the Phoenix?
I sure did, every bit from start to finish, and everybody gave it to Denver in the first half, and then all of a sudden they had to play the second half, and don't look now, but the point guard that everybody loves to hate did his thing, and his team won by double digits. So I say it again, greatest. That's why they play the whole game and they keep scoring.
Yeah. And you still, I mean, today is a different day. Maybe you was kind of angry yesterday, but you still picking Utah to beat Kawhi, Paul George, and Ringo Starr. You still picking Utah to win that. Tell me why.
I think people been underestimating Utah. I think they treating Utah like they ain't nobody.
Okay, all right. Well,
and Utah stacked inside and outside.
Okay, all right. And then you said you going with Trae Young in Atlanta to upset. What you consider that to be an upset?
Oh yeah, all day, every day, and twice on Sunday. Listen, man, I'm loving the bad boy Trae Young. That's my new favorite bad boy right there. I like him a lot, man. I'm serious, man. Me and Trae Young can hang out. He come knock on the door. Who is it? Trae who? Trae Young. Come on in here, man. What you doing? Yeah, that's Trae Young for me right now.
What time your commercial break, man?
I got to take a quick one. You gonna stay right there?
Yes, sir.
Stay right there. We're coming back with the greatest right after this on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK.
Legendary KYOK, 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Hello, this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of the Communication Workers of America District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Guys, this is Irma J from Internal Revamp, and you're listening to AJ on The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, we back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. Big shout out to Irma J. I just love that lady right there. So much energy, so much positivity. Man, she brings me up. I'm serious. When I'm having a tough day, I'll shoot a quick message over to Irma J, and just her text message lights me up. I appreciate you, Irma J. Thanks for being my friend to the end. All right, let me go back to the phone line. Greatest, what did you have to say? You sounded like you had something you wanted to add to it.
No, man, the Rockets done several former Rockets a favor. If you think about why Clint Capella at right now, why P.J. Tucker is at right now, why Jimmy Harden is at right now, before they got bumped in Portland, Robert Covington. All them guys ended up really in a better situation, man.
Don't forget Austin Rivers. Austin Rivers playoff.
Oh, yeah, Austin Rivers. Yeah, but this is what I want to hit you up on now. Somebody made a comment because I'm up late at night listening to these jive time. You know, you and the other brother, y'all the real deal. But you got to listen to the jive so you can keep up. But they made a comment about Naomi Osaka. They were saying that she was so anxiety laced that she didn't want to talk to the media. But word came that she ended up talking to some Japanese media outlet, and she got paid for it. I don't know how true that is. Had you heard about that particular case, man?
No, I hadn't. But let me just say this real quick. So, I mean,
it ain't like turn down some money.
Yeah, it ain't like I'm paying her to do interviews, and if I had to, if I want the interview, I guess I would. So, man, you know what? Let me just say this, man. Every now and then, somebody feels more important in your life than they really are. Somebody will think that they are more important than in your life than they really are. And I'm going to say this about Naomi Osaka. It's her job to take care of her mental well-being. It's her job to take care of her personal health. And if on that given day, she didn't feel like talking to the media, well, guess what? She got fined. She paid her fine. If she decides that she feels better and she wants to talk to the good folks in Japan, let her do it. Oh, and they paid her? Man, please, come on, Doc. Come on. What would a sister, hold on, greatest.
Yes,
You don't be greatest. I won't be AJ. We'll be just two brothers from the hood.
That's it.
What would a sister say if somebody tried to run her business? She will look at a bill and she say, baby, your name ain't on this. You ain't paying no bills over here, so you gets no say in what I do. Come on, man.
That's right. And Dre, they also said, which in a way, I think it's time for Venus to shut it down. I mean, you know, she's not as I mean, she can't beat a chump player now. So I think it's time for Venus. But I know Serena still got a little bit left in the tank. But this Coco Gauff, do you think she the next Venus and Serena Williams?
I hope so. I hope so. I mean, no, let me say it right. I hope she's the next Coco Gauff.
Next Coco Gauff.
I hope she carries on. I hope she carries on the legacy that Venus and Serena picked up and carried on. But I want her to be all of her. I want her to be all of her. And then Willie Gibson said Jeff Green. You know, he was with the
Jeff
Rockets.
Green with the Rockets. Jeff Green.
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of former Rockets out there living large.
So right now at the top of their game, Coco versus Naomi, because you know Coco done matured about a year and a half, and so has at the top of their game right now. Heads up, who would you pick?
Naomi, right now, just right now. I love Coco. I would love to see Coco and Naomi be number 1, number 2 in the world for a long time to come.
Okay, I think so because they still young. But I mean, you know, I like the point you made about the Mayweather and Paul situation. You know, and if I had a chance to make a couple extra dollars, you know, I guess I would go ahead and make that couple extra dollars too. I don't care how much money I got in the bank because you never get enough. But I still want to say that I'm still kind of uptight because I wasted money on that fight. Rumble, young man, rumble.
Greatest, love you, man. Always a good call. Listen, caller, I know you're there standing next. Let me take a quick break, and I'll come back to you right here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and on the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Talk Your Team Tuesday.
KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org. This is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of CWA District 6, representing over 30,000 union members in Texas, asking you to please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for Lamarck City Council District 8. I've known Kim to be a hard-working community activist who is responsive to the needs of the community, and as a city council member who work hard to improve the lives of all residents of Lamarck. Early voting is taking place June 7th through June 15th, and Election Day is June 19th. Please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for City Council District 8.
Paid for by the Texas for Working Families.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire, located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand-washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
I'm Ben Tankard, and you are listening to The Lunch Break.
All right, y'all, back here on The Lunch Break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM and streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Also on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Let me pull the music down because, hey, Keith Hennig is out of Facebook jail. They have freed Keith Hennig. Freed Keith Hennig. Freed Keith Hennig. I want to thank Attorney Crump for going down there and getting Keith Hennig out of Facebook jail. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. All right, let me go to the phone line. Hello, you live on The Lunch Break. Who's this?
Maria.
Hey, Maria, how you doing?
I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm fabulous, too.
Okay, so I'm in Houston.
Yeah.
And, you know, so I fair weatherly rep Houston team.
She said fair weatherly. I like that. I'm going to use it. I'll try to give you credit.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am.
However, Brooklyn. I'm Brooklyn all the way. Gonna be Brooklyn.
Maria, now I'm rubbing my head and my eyes. I'm digging and making sure I got all the eye crust out of my eyes. Maria, how long you been a Brooklyn fan?
I was born there.
Okay, now you're talking about something. Now you're talking about something. You were born in Brooklyn.
Born, raised, love it.
You can do that then.
I'm in Houston.
I get it.
So I'm a New Yorker Texan. I've been here. That's why I said I'm a fair weatherly Houston fan.
Yeah,
I'm here. However, just like you're from what? Ohio? So you're gonna have loyalty and ties to Ohio all the time, right?
I still rock the Cincinnati Bengals. I still rock with the Cincinnati Reds, and both of them are sorry. Go ahead.
See, I mean the Knicks. Look, what have the Knicks done? Come on. I mean, I'm so old school Brooklyn. I'm still a Brooklyn Dodgers fan, and they left in the 40s. Okay?
Oh my gosh! Yes, ma'am. I hear you. I feel you.
That's from my grandfather and my father, though.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, I don't get mad or hate on the people who want to jump on the Brooklyn bandwagon. I mean, have you ever been to Brooklyn? The energy of that city. I'm not a Harden fan, but I wasn't a Harden fan when he was here in Houston. But going over to Brooklyn, the energy and the vibe of the city itself will make you come alive. So no wonder why I know he's happy, and that makes a big, big difference. So I'm rocking with Brooklyn, and whoever wants to jump on that bandwagon, we'll take them.
So let me just say this. I used to work in New Jersey, lived over in Jersey. And,
right over the river.
And guess what? I spent a lot of time cross that bridge. I spent a lot of time. Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Harlem. Manhattan. I spent a lot of time on cross that bridge. So I just want you to know, a lot of love for Brooklyn. Happy for what they're finally doing. It's been a long time coming.
So Ferdinand says hello.
Tell Ferdinand I said what up though.
You're on speaker. He hears you.
Ferdinand! They done freed Keith Hennig. They tried to lock our boy up, but he out.
Free Keith Hennig, free Meek Mill, free Keith Hennig, free Meek Mill. Keith, I was down there with Ben Crump with my sign out there at City Hall. I called Turner every day. Hey, we support you, Keith. We got you.
Yeah, listen, I'm serious. All joking aside, I'm happy for the Brooklyn fans, and it ain't bad that they jumping on the bandwagon. I just got to mess with them as they jump on, because, as soon as y'all start leaving, they're going to try to jump off.
I already know. Like I said, James Harden, I wasn't a fan of him when he was here in Houston. I mean, he's just not that player. He's just not that guy. I mean, but he's thriving in Brooklyn. I know he was going to be happy because that energy is crazy.
Yeah, I got to tell you again, I loved everything about New York. I loved everything. I went through the Shark Bar, all kinds of spots in New York. Loved every bit of it. Just couldn't afford to live over there.
Oh, you went to the Shark Bar? That was way back in the days. Come on now. That was fabulous.
I'm telling you, I look young, but I'm old school. I just don't tell nobody. That's between you and me.
Okay, Jay, what I would love to see, and Maria's gone, I would love to see the East against the West.
Man, I mean, you got to pick
versus
somebody.
the Beard. Kawhi versus the Beard and Durant. I would love to see it. May not happen, but that's what I love to see. To kind of, make it the viewers give something to viewers to watch.
Can I say something? Let me throw one out to you. I know everybody is rocking with Kawhi, but you know who I'd like to see get a ring out of the West?
Who is that?
Chris Paul.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, we love Chris Paul, AJ, is me and your brother. Okay, from another mother.
Man, let me tell you something. Chris Paul mess around and get a ring this year? Oh, baby. Listen, they might come pick him up now and put him in the Hall of Fame. If he get a ring this year with this squad, these young cats, they might go ahead and pick him up now and put him in the Hall of Fame.
Well, the two guys this year I would love to see to get a ring would either be Chris Paul or Kawhi Leonard. Either one of those guys, I mean, I'm down for them. Those kind of guys fan, so it ain't going to never change.
Yeah. Much love to you, brother. Tell my sister I said, hey, thanks for the call. Ferdinand, Caller of the Year 2017. Y'all be blessed.
Have a good one.
All right, man. Good call. Always love when my Callers of the Year. For those who listening on Twitter and wonder how you get to be Caller of the Year, Ferdinand was the very first caller on the show back in 2017. Very first call. And he didn't call the first day the show came on. We were on for a couple of months. And Ferdinand said, you know what, let me call AJ, see what he's talking about. Been calling ever since. So he's Caller of the Year 2017. The greatest, the one who called in first, was Caller of the Year for 2018. Our friend Donna Coleman Holman, my sister in Christ, she was Caller of the Year for 2019. Keith Hennig took the toughest year of them all. Keith Hennig was Caller of the Year for 2020. And right now, 2021 is wide open. Wide open. Todd started out strong, and then he fell off. Had to go on witness protection program. You know, Todd, I think Todd cooks the books for them, certain kind of people. But anyway, Todd went in witness protection. CJ might be the Caller of the Year for 2021. Willie Gibson. Somebody like that might be Caller of the Year for 2021. It's still open. We'll see who will pull it out. All right. It might be somebody from Twitter. Broward 83 might pull in and get that recognition. So anyway, I got a shout out to my sister, Keisha Kelly, the queen of Black College Experience. She checking me out on Twitter. She liked the Kappa look. She said, this is looking real noopish. I said, that's what I was going for. Shout out to all the brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. Frat so nice, they had to name us twice. I'm pretty to my left. I'm pretty to my right. We so pretty, we can't sleep at night. Ow, ow, ow. We're pretty to our right. We're pretty to our left. We're so pretty, we can't stand ourselves. Ow, ow, ow. Big shout out to the noobs. So anyway, Brooklyn looked unbeatable last night. Literally looked unbeatable last night. What were they up by 49 at one point? Without James Harden, Kevin Durant shot 67% from the field, was shaking and baking and stepping back and dropping threes in dudes' eyes. Made Giannis Antetokounmpo look pedestrian. I'll give you all of that. I will give you all of that. Final score, 125-86. Brooklyn looked unbeatable last night. But for anybody that truly loves sports, you know that is why they play all of the games. It's the first team to 4 wins in a best of 7, not the first team to 2 wins in the best of 7. Because I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just saying let's just talk about what's true and not what's false. What's true is Brooklyn has defended their home court. They're 2-0. They played both games in Brooklyn. Now it's Milwaukee's turn. And if Milwaukee defends their home court, then it's 2-2. It's a tied series. They go back to Brooklyn for one. They come back to Milwaukee for the other. And then they go back to Brooklyn for the winner-take-all Game 7 if necessary. I'm not saying Brooklyn's not going to sweep. I'm just saying I've been around long enough to see a team jump out in impressive fashion, 2-0, and lose the whole series. Golden State Warriors, NBA Finals, Cleveland Cavaliers up, Golden State up 3-1. Look bleak, but they got to play best of 7, not best of 5. Right now, Brooklyn has won the best of 3, 2 out of 3. They won the best of 7. That's 4 wins. They got to get 2 more. And as good as Brooklyn looked last night, they don't go into game 3 up 49-0. They don't go into game 3 up 2-0. It's going to be 0-0 Thursday night, 6:30 Central, live from Milwaukee. And if Milwaukee's got any kind of pride about themselves, they coming ready to play. If not, then guess what? They'll go down 3-0, and that's a whole different story. Not many teams make it back from 3-0. I don't know of any. I'm sure there's some. Willie Gibson knows. I don't carry the sports trivia like he does. So Milwaukee just needs to win Thursday. They don't have to win 2 games on Thursday. They need to win 1. And as hot as Durant was last night and the game before that, might not be that hot next time. I mean, they had cats that could not miss. They had guys that were balling. Lester, Brooklyn in the building, Jimmy Harden, the Shark Bar. Y'all don't know nothing about that Shark Bar. Y'all don't know. True story. I'm in the Shark Bar. I'm trying to get something and get out. And who walks in without an entourage, just himself and like one other guy, but Terry Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan. And I'm just like, and I'm thinking like I'm in New York, so I can't do the, hey, you're Hulk Hogan. Stood next to me. What are you getting? I like, what are you getting? Oh, okay. I normally get, okay, cool. End of discussion. No major hugs or didn't exchange numbers or anything like that. Hey, Tavonda, what's going on? Tavonda Brown, much love for her. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for finding us. So anyway, love the Shark Bar. I know it's not there anymore, but man, that's one of those restaurants that, should be a national monument. But anyway, last night, you had guys for Brooklyn that just couldn't miss. Kevin Durant, 12 for 18 from the field. Blake Griffin, 3 for 4, including a 3. Brown shot 60%. I'm sorry, 40% from the field. Harris had 13, and then Kyrie Irving wasn't bad, shot over 50%. Perry off the bench, 3 for 4. Shamet, 3 for 5. Man, really the only person that had a bad night was James. Remember him? Mike James? He's 4 for 12, but he was 50% from 3. Brooklyn looked unbeatable last night. They can do that. It's okay. They need to keep that same energy when they come in for game number 3 in Milwaukee. They do that, I'm not going to hate on them. I'm saying, okay, now Brooklyn, now they've done something. They won game 3 in Milwaukee. That's when the series starts. I will say this. Budenholzer is playing for his coaching career in Milwaukee right now. And if he hadn't figured that out, then, as they say in New Orleans. Like, dude, if I'm Jason Kidd, I ain't taking no jobs. I doubt if Milwaukee would take Jason Kidd back, but I'm just saying. If Milwaukee gets swept 4 games to none to Brooklyn, they're not going to say in the front office in Milwaukee, oh, well, it was Brooklyn and they're unbeatable and they're probably going to win the championship, so we'll give you 1 more year. They gonna fire him real fast and in a hurry and try and bring in somebody else. Might be Terry Stotts. He's available now. Might be Nate McMillan. Apparently Atlanta has not locked him up yet, which is crazy to me. If I'm Atlanta, I would be like, I'm trying to think. Somebody who would just grab the mic and just start making their own announcements. I just listen, I got to interrupt the regular scheduled broadcast. We going to give Nate McMillan a whole lot of money, and we just going to work it out after the play. I would just do that heading into the next game. I'm serious. It's crazy that Atlanta hadn't locked Nate McMillan up already. Like, Nate, don't worry about it. You coach, your people and our people are going to get together and work out these numbers. But anyway, until they do, I'm Milwaukee. We're going to be talking with Nate McMillan after the year. We're going to talk with Terry Stotts. We'll talk to a few people. Mike D'Antoni. I know people in Houston's eyeballs just rolled, but hey, somebody. I'm not even going to go down the Jeff Van Gundy and the Mark Jackson coaching tree. Not doing that. There's folks out there that can coach, and Bud's got to get it together, man. He's got to get it together. He's got to make adjustments in this series because right now they've got Brooklyn looking like a defensive juggernaut. Yeah, they're putting up 25 points, but they're holding Giannis and company to 86. That's defense. They got Chris Middleton looking like he's wearing Brooklyn Nets jerseys. Where's Avery Johnson? How come nobody's calling him a coaching candidate in the NBA? How come no Avery Johnson? Anyway, let me take a break. 281-453-1000 if you want to talk your team. 281-453-1000. Or if you want to text me, 832-403-5005. That's 832-403-5005. If you want to talk your team, hit me up. It's okay. Just don't cuss. You can do that. We're all right. All right, be right back right after this break on the lunch break.
In the valley.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is your boy Todd Delaney, and right now you're listening to the Lunch Break Sports Talk AJ on the legendary KYOK.
All right, y'all. Appreciate Todd Delaney with his worship itself. Used to play minor league baseball. Was on his way up to the big leagues before he got the call. I'm not talking about the call from the front office. I'm talking about the call from a higher office. So go worship in front of the world. All right, Tavonda Brown says, I agree totally, 100. She said, I put my hat and vote for you, Pastor AJ, for the coaching job for the Rockets. You know what? I'd rather be the voice of the Rockets than the coach. I like Steven Silas. I think that young man is going to be great. All right, hold on. Let me hit the whole phone line. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, Jay, it's Todd.
Man, how's that witness protection program coming, bro?
I'm out on this walk. Trying to get the weight off.
You and me both, brother. I have picked it back up, man. I'm serious, man. I have been eating bad. I've been eating a lot of comfort food, Todd, and that's not good for me.
They say 80% is this dude I met at the gym the other day. This guy named Richard. I saw him doing, at the gym, they got this really, really tall stair climber machine. A really, really tall one. It was just a revolving stairs.
Mm-hmm.
I swear, AJ, this dude was on it for 90 minutes straight. I mean, perfect form. And I asked him the next day, I saw him, I was like, man, how long have you been on that? The other day, he was like, man, I was on about 90 minutes. I mean, he's probably in his 50s, AJ. And he was just killing it. And, we started talking about diet and stuff like that. He was like, man, he's on the keto diet. And he was like, whatever weight loss you're doing, 80% is diet. He goes, I don't have to lose weight to do that machine or do that machine to lose weight. But man, he inspired me.
Brother, that inspires me, but it made my heart hurt just thinking about him being on that thing 90 minutes. Now, when I was in high school, I used to love to run stadium stairs. When I got to college, I loved running stadium stairs. Man, I look at some stadium stairs right now. I want to go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's like for me on that machine, I can do like 30 minutes, steady level 3. He's on level 5, just going at it, good little pace. But no, I mean, he's right about the diet, though. I mean, I've seen people lose weight. They don't go to the gym or stretch a day in their life, and they've been on keto and some other different diets, and the weight falls off if you're just diligent about it.
Yeah, well, I know I have not been diligent. When I'm having a tough day, sometimes I'm like, man, let me just go on and get this and go that. I'm still eating clean, but I just know when I eat past being full, I'm about to have a problem, and I've been doing that a lot lately.
No, I think a lot of us struggle with that. We having a tough day, going through a tough time. Let me order that Domino's pizza. Let me get the wings. And I did have some wings from Domino's the other day. I know they're not paying for an ass pop, man. They had some garlic parmesan. They had some ranch already drizzled on top. They were pretty good for Domino's.
Man, let me tell you something. All those fast food chains that I used to love and run through right now, I really don't believe that's food, man. I'm serious. I told my 17-year-old, she said something about going to the spot. I said, baby, that's not food. We're not going there. So I ain't knocking that establishment. I just said stepped my game up, bro. I stepped my game up.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah.
So I wanted to I had like a 2-part question. I want to ask you about basketball, but I want to ask you a completely different topic because I want your opinion on it. It's one of the reasons I listened to your show during this time. But so I showed you the picture of my daughter, right?
Yeah.
On Instagram. And I wanted to ask something. Somebody told me, a guy I know in California, and I wanted your opinion on this. This guy said, if white people support the police, right?
Yeah.
He said that's code for white people supporting racism. So I wanted your opinion on that because, obviously I shared that with you, and I didn't want that to hit you the wrong way or anybody else I shared. I shared it with Longhorn Keith as well. But his thought was, if someone's got a sign in the yard, right?
Yeah.
It says, back to blue, any kind of black and blue flag, any kind of the supporting cops, that's code for white people basically saying that you support racism. Obviously, my daughter is 12.
Yeah, I was
right?
gonna say, yeah, and I love her to life. So, Todd, let me say this. You got extremes on all sides. You got extremes on the black and brown side. You got extremes on the white and we black the blue side. And I think that's by design. I really do. I think that some people want their extreme views to be blended in with the mainstream. That's why Catholics can throw up the OK sign, and that means yo noob. But white supremacists can throw up the OK sign, and it means something totally different. And as soon as somebody tries to call it out, well, what about AJ? He threw up the OK sign, and you're saying he's a racist too. I say that to say, just because you support the blue doesn't mean that you support racism. Doesn't mean you support police brutality. Doesn't mean that's the case. And by the same token, just because people are fighting against racism and fighting against police brutality does not mean that they don't support good police officers.
Yeah. So now I wonder what your opinion on, because that comment kind of has been sitting with me, because it's something she kind of started on her own, and she's been doing it for the fire department too, right?
Yep.
Is doing the same thing for the fire department.
Yep.
And so I just wanted your opinion on it. You know, I didn't really know what to make of that comment. I didn't know, and I'm not asking just you, as you speak for all black people, so I don't want you to take it that way either.
No,
but,
Todd, you know we're better than that. You know we're good.
So, but, you know, and then I had someone tell me that, you know, and I didn't know what to think of this comment either, is that, hey, you should let your daughter know, you know, in certain groups there's still bad people, but I don't want my daughter to be jaded towards, I want my daughter to treat people as what her interactions are with them, if that makes sense, right? Like, I don't want her.
It does. It makes sense. And Todd, let me hear me say this. That's your daughter.
Okay.
You raise your baby girl like you are led to raise your baby girl. I know your heart. I know you're a good man. I know you're a fair man. I know you really do. You love everybody. And I want you to raise your daughter the way you want to raise her. It's not my job to tell you how to raise your kid, and I mean it when I say ain't nobody gonna tell me how to raise mine. That being said, we know how to make sure our children are respectful of everyone that they come around. And when the time is right for you to talk to her about the dark elements of, you know, different sides and different groups, you'll know when that time is. And chances are she'll bring it to you. Daddy, what's this about?
Yeah.
And you'll have that conversation. Yeah. But don't let anybody dictate to you when you need to rush an education in your child.
Yeah, so now I agree with that. Let's talk a little basketball.
Yep.
So I think I told you a while back, I got the Jazz coming out the West. I still feel good about them against the Clippers. But, man, I can't help but wonder, you know, if the Nuggets had Jamal Murray, and I know they don't, man, I think that would be a really tough team to beat. I think they're going to give Suns a lot of problems, even with Jamal out, just because I think they got a lot of fighting there. What do you think?
I do. I do. I think it's going to be a very competitive series all the way down. I'm interested to see game one of Utah and the Clippers. I was telling Greatest, I like the fact that the Utah Jazz are not totally dependent on the three ball. They got a pick and roll. They've got other things that they can do. They got guys with mid-range jump shots. They got guys who can drive to the basket and finish, as opposed to just drive to the basket and dish out for the open three. So I like Utah's game, but I want to see what the Clippers learn from that first-round scare against the Mavericks. They might have turned the corner, and it'll be an interesting and competitive series. So I'm interested to see that. I, too, feel like Utah or Phoenix is going to come out of the West. I could be wrong.
So, let me ask you about the Nets. Okay, so the Nets are obviously highly explosive. I thought the Bucks would give them a better fight in Brooklyn. Now, with James Harden being out, I don't know how long he's going to be out for, but can you see a scenario? Let's say the Jazz come out the West. Do you think that the Nets offense is just so explosive that, you know, they seem to catch fire in every game and pull away? Do you think they can be beat by a team in the West if the Nets come out of the East?
I'm not pulling the Nets out of the East yet because it's not over. We've seen, I live in Houston. We've seen the Rockets have a just unbelievable scoring punch with all these different guys, and then sure enough, when it counted, they couldn't finish it off. So as hot as Brooklyn is right now, guess what? Every now and then the baskets don't drop. Every now and then the shots fall off. Every now and then they rim out. And every now and then another team gets hot too. There's professionals on both sides of the court.
I was looking at a stat last night when I was watching the Bucks-Nets game. Giannis went to the free throw line with 4:39 in the third. Okay, he'd only had 3 free throw attempts at that point. And I think when you're playing a team, kind of like the Nets, kind of like when Cleveland was playing the Warriors back in the day, you got to slow that pace down. And the only way you slow pace down in basketball is do what? You got to attack the basket, and you got to go to the free throw line, taking a few minutes where you're not getting up and down the court. But if Giannis and Middleton are not getting to the free throw line more and getting more control of that pace, and to me, that's how you get control of pace in basketball. Yep. You go to the free throw line, you slow it, you get it to a halt. You don't get Kyrie and KD going up and down and get into rhythm. But I was saying to myself, late in the third, Giannis has only got 3 free throws. That is not a recipe, in my opinion. You're going to beat those guys. But if they can start doing that, and that's what I've been preaching for Giannis, if Giannis would get down low, nobody can stop that guy if he would have more of a game where his back is to the basket or facing up to the basket and attacking like that. But I don't know if the free throws are in his head now. That's the part that concerns me. Is he playing too much perimeter because he's now afraid to go to the line because he's worried about he's going to miss?
Yeah, but I'm like you. Just get there. We'll figure it out. And
exactly.
They're shooting so poor from the free throw line. You know, it's almost like you got to get there in volume to make up for what you're missing by average.
But to your point, you're right. I mean, we thought the Warriors were unstoppable. And I remember when they beat them in games 6 and 7, what was LeBron and Kyrie doing? They were attacking that basket. And so I think that's just a recipe to beat a team like that. It's like playing against the Warriors. You can't outshoot them, right?
Right.
So why are you going to try to get them to shoot a match? You got a 6-shooter and they got a machine gun.
Yep.
You're going to lose.
Yep.
So you got to – but with Giannis, let me ask you this. To me, him and Russell Westbrook are probably the 2 in LeBron. Those are the 3 best athletes we've probably ever seen in the NBA, ever. Would you agree with that?
They're up there. They're up there.
They're up there?
Yep.
But that's the thing that just frustrates me about Giannis is like, I feel like he wants to be a perimeter guy, almost like a guard. But if you could get down low, I wish he played a little bit more like Embiid. I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. I think the difference is Embiid is a better free throw shooter.
Right.
But if he played more like that, I think the Bucks would have a much better, chance to win that series. But it's going to take somebody that has a much contrasting style of play, kind of like the Jazz, I think, to beat the Nets. But, there's got to be a tough path for the Nets ahead. I know it seems real easy right now, but there's somebody that's going to give them a tough run. I just don't know who it's going to be yet.
Well, I feel like they're not done in this series yet. They won 2 at home. They got to win 2 on the road, or 1 on the road and 1 at home, something. They got to win 4. They've only won 2. So, that's why I say I feel like this one is far from over.
So I got to ask you about your man, Brad Stevens, because I know you had a reaction of him getting that front office job.
I did at first, and then I caught myself. The owner wanted Brad Stevens to be his front office guy. He owns the team. He can do what he wants to do. I don't have to like it. If I'm not concerned about it, I need to get with some people and go buy my own team, and then I can pick my front office guy. I mean, again, that's the way the pro leagues work right now. So do I think he earned it? Do I think he's worthy of it? None of the above. But he's got it, and that's the end of discussion.
Yeah. So what do you think of, I know a lot of Mavs fans on Twitter with Rick Carlisle gone. And I thought Rick Carlisle might be a good fit for the Celtics job. He's from New York. He's from the Northeast area, played for the Celtics. What do you think about him?
I mean, I think I have much more respect for Rick Carlisle than I ever had, even before, since he's won that championship. Rick Carlisle has done a whole lot with a lot less than most teams have. So I think Rick Carlisle would be a good fit anywhere, literally anywhere.
Now, that would be my first call if I was Brad Stevens.
My first call would be Carol Lawson.
Carol Lawson?
Yep. In fact, she's been an assistant with that organization. The players love her. I think my first call would be her. If Boston's not ready to make a serious move like that, there's a few other calls I would make. I'd even bring Jason Kidd in before I bring in And Carlisle ain't going anywhere. But if he, situation was, my first call would be Carol Lawson. My second call would be Jason Kidd.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a problem with that list. What else? What else you been chopping up?
Man, just that's it. It's Talk Your Team Tuesday. So whoever your team is, that's what we're talking about.
Well, man, my Lakers are out of it. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was. But, again, the issue there is guys like Kyle Kuzma didn't step up. For whatever reason, they didn't give Montrezl Harrell the chance to be what they brought him in for. So there were mistakes to go all the way around. They got to figure it out. Todd, stay right there. Let me hit the top of the hour.
The legendary 1140 AM KYOK Conroe and 92.3 FM K222CX Houston.
The views and opinions expressed on all radio shows broadcast on KYOK are entirely those of the hosts, guests, and callers who are entirely responsible for all show content and do not in any way reflect the opinions of KYOK Radio, its sponsors, staff, or management.
All right, y'all, back here on the lunch break. Talk Your Team Tuesday on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Also, catch us on Facebook on the Lunch Break Station, Lunch Break Facebook page, or the KYOK radio station page, or you can catch us on YouTube, The Lunch Break with AJ, or on Twitter, Lunch Break KYOK. All right, let me go back to Todd real quick. Got another call standing by. Todd,
okay.
No. I was just going to say, the Lakers obviously they got to figure some things out. Rob Pelinka's got to do better. This one's on Rob now. The team he put together wasn't playoff ready. Normally it's the other way around. They're not regular season ready, and then they turn out to be playoff ready. This team was not playoff ready because even without Anthony Davis, some guys should be able to step up, and they didn't. They didn't have that.
Let me ask you one last question. Let you go. Dennis Schroeder, would you re-sign him?
I would not.
On his, I would not either. Yeah.
Yep.
I know Magic Johnson came out on Twitter and was like, "Hey, I just don't think this guy's built, to be a Laker." So I think Magic was basically saying the pressure, got to him. But I wouldn't I would free up that cap space and go after somebody that's maybe a better outside shooter or something. So
all I'll say is this: if they get Dame Dollar, it's over. If they get somebody like Tyler Hero, it'll be very, very interesting.
Here's two or two guys I think they'll get. And I'm trying to be realistic, right? DeMar DeRozan on the wing, and Kyle Lowry at point guard. Both unrestricted free agents, AJ.
Yep.
We don't have to give up nothing.
Yep. You're right. Good moves on both of those.
Okay, AJ, I'll let you go, man. I appreciate the time as always.
All right, Todd, tell Amber and the family I said hello. Be safe out there, brother. Todd Malcolm tried to be calling the year 2021. I know I got somebody holding. Sorry to have you holding so long. Hello, you live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, Cowboy Craig here.
Cowboy Craig, what it do, baby? How you feel, man?
I'm good, Doc. I'm good, man. I'm blessed. I'm alive. Beautiful day out here in Houston, Texas. And we just enjoying life, bro.
Well, man, I know that's the way we got to do it. One day at a time. And listen, find something to feel great about in your day. That's what I'm working on for myself, brother.
Look, brother, what we got to do is we got to live life and create memories.
Yep.
That's what we have to do, man. And we have to be that sunshine. We have to be that sunshine in this dark world because it's not as bad as it seems. This is just the cover of the book. You know how you look at the cover of a book?
Yeah.
And then you open it up and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, Doc. So we the pages of that book, AJ.
Cowboy Craig, I'm feeling everything you're saying, brother. I mean it sincerely.
Yeah, we the pages of that book, and and we take them dips and them crazy turnarounds, and everybody's attacking us and talking about us and this and that, but we gonna still persevere. And you know how it is. Life is, life is what you make it.
Yes,
but
sir.
If you, I ain't gonna do that, but I'm gonna do it. But if you know the Lord, life is great.
I love it, brother. I love it.
But them Cowboys, we're gonna win 10 games this year. I'm saying if we're gonna win 10, that's out the way. I had to say that. Now let's talk about these NBA teams.
Okay.
I wouldn't be mad at all if Phoenix win the championship. So watch out because see, Chris Paul is healthy, relatively healthy, And he got that dog in him. What, Chris Paul, 6'3", 6'4", maybe?
About that.
Maybe?
About that,
You know, and I'm giving him that. You know how it is. When we 5'9.5", they 5'10", they say we 6 foot in the program. anyway, I digress. I would love to see Chris Paul win one. That'll be the icing on the cake. He's already a shoe-in for the Hall of Fame, but that would be the icing on the cake. That'll be for him because he have contributed so much. Everywhere Chris Paul been, he has been that guy, the leader.
Right.
And that's what this team needed. That's what the Lakers needed. You know, I found out that I am a LeBron James fan.
All right.
You know, it's not the team, it's LeBron.
Right.
Because of who he is. He is a dog. He's an alpha male. He's the man. You know, on and off the court. But they don't have nothing around him. Once he, you know, was on the court and I could see the frustration in his face, Schroeder, he disappeared. Kuzma, it's time to cut ties with Kuzma. He's not that guy. They need to go out and find another scorer. Like I heard you saying earlier, if Dame Dollar comes, it's over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, you need that fire in your belly. You need to be hungry. You know, when you're used to doing something, but when you're hungry, you're going to do whatever it takes to get where you need to be. And that's what the Lakers need. They need two guys. Anthony Davis, he's good, but he's not that guy because, number one, not criticizing, just looking at it and from playing sports myself, the guy does not, to me, and this is my opinion, he don't invest in him, in himself, because there's no way he should be getting injured, you know, like he's doing because he's not putting in the work. That's what I think.
And I got to be honest with you, I'm hearing just the opposite. I hear that Anthony Davis, especially coming from this past year when they won the championship, has been a workout beast, has literally been trying to put a lot more work in. And then there's some injuries, man, that just you just gotta know, man. Some injuries just happen. Some injuries.
Most definitely. And you're absolutely right. That's the other side of the coin. He could be overworking, you know, but, you know, to the masses and to the public, it shows that he's not doing what he's doing, but we know, being ex-sports guys, it happens. But it just seemed like it always happened to that guy.
Right. You're right. And you know what? Chris Paul used to be that guy as well. And that's why, going back to your first point, if Chris Paul was able to finally break through and remain relatively healthy throughout the entire playoffs and get his team to the finals, that would be a phenomenal thing. Man, if he were to win a chip and he led Phoenix to winning a chip, oh, man. I mean, the Hall of Fame is already secured, but now his legacy. When we think about Chris Paul, we don't think about falling short in LA with the Clippers. We don't think about him falling short with the Rockets. We don't think about him falling short with OKC. We definitely don't think about him falling short in Phoenix because he will have gotten them over the hump.
Yeah, exactly right. And you know what? One thing I was just thinking about with Chris Paul don't have to carry the heavy load as he did in those past teams you spoke about. He was the guy and really the only guy. Because when he was here in Houston, you know, James Harden proved to be James Harden. Right. Just like up there in Brooklyn, James Harden, something about playoffs and James playoffs and right. James Harden.
Right.
What Denny Green say? He is what we thought he was.
Yep.
And no matter where he goes, until he breaks that stigma, that's gonna follow him. That's gonna be his MO. He's a good regular season guy. He's a MVP, but playoffs, some reason he disappeared. Something happened. You know, so I'm glad, you know, that Phoenix is doing well. And and up there where that young man, you know, the one that took the bow, that little curly head fellow, that Trey Young.
Yeah, Trey Young.
Trey Young is a beast, man. He's a combination of I would say AI and a Reggie Miller.
Brother, let me tell you something. I love me some Trey Young. I like that whole bad boy spiel he got going on right now immensely.
Yes.
So I'm serious, brother. I love what's happening with Trey Young right now.
He's backing it up, man. He's doing the talking and he's walking, Doc.
Yes, sir.
He's walking it out. He's walking it out.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
AJ.
And don't count him out. Don't count the little man out either.
It wouldn't, you know, that's a two thing. I would love to see Nate McMillan do his thing and get the chip, because when he was up in Indiana, they said he was the problem.
Yep.
But he showed you the problem.
Yep.
He went right there to Atlanta.
Yep.
And look what he did. And our man from H-Town with the gold speck in his head, Mr. Clint Capella, that the Rockets gave up on to go small ball. Yeah. That Clint was balling out when he was in Houston. Yeah. But they said, nah, we're going to go in a different direction. Yeah. They took a dead end street, and Clint Capella took the expressway.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying that way, Cowboy Craig, because I was one of the ones that gave up on Clint Capella. I was one of the ones who gave up on Clint Capella. And let me read from a prepared statement. I, AJ Jones, would like to officially admit I was wrong about Clint Capella. I have since learned the error of my ways and won't do it again. Again, thank y'all for accepting my apology. I will not be taking any questions.
I'll be the first to second that. You know, I accept his apology and the spirit he was given. Nothing to do with it.
Cowboy Craig, you are hilarious, man. You are hilarious. Now, let me ask you a question. It's Talk Your Team. It's Talk Your Team Tuesday. There's some that are saying that if Mike McCarthy does not get the Cowboys back to the NFC East Championship at least, that his job is on the line. Is that how you feeling?
Most definitely. I think they should have did something unprecedented that the Cowboys don't normally do, or no team normally do. I'd have fired Mike McCarthy this season.
I would have too.
Under false pretenses and falsifying his application.
What you saying, Cowboy Craig? He lied on his application? What did he lie about, Cowboy Craig?
He said that he was an analytic coach and that he did this and that. Oh, wow. Man, come on, man. Oh, wow. A Little League coach could have saw through that mess that was going on in Dallas, man. I mean, McCarthy was just sitting there. I never seen him get upset. I never seen him confront anyone. You know, he just stood there and looked as though, okay, what I do now?
That's funny.
You know?
That is funny. I can't say nothing, but that is hilarious.
Yep. AJ, you have a good day, my brother. It's always a pleasure.
Cowboy Craig, the pleasure is all mine, man. You better have a blessed rest of your day, man. Stay blessed, all right?
I can't help it but to do it, man. God bless you, brother.
All right, brother. We'll talk soon. Cowboy Craig, y'all, talking his team. We got to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more right after this on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is Talk Your Team Tuesday right here on the lunch break.
So glad I'm living my
Hello,
life.
this is Claude Cummings Jr., Vice President of the Communication Workers of America, District 6. Trey and I are inviting you to listen in to our new political talk show, Power to the People Political Hour.
Hello, this is Trey Daniels from the Daniels Group. Yes, Claude, the show will be hard-hitting and informative, talking about national and local political issues of the day, week, and month. Interviews will be with pastors, community leaders, elected officials, and political operatives. You know, Claude, a part of our responsibility is informing the citizenry and give them power to the people.
That's right, Trey. We're asking that you listen in on 1140 AM, 92.3, or streaming on KYOKradio.org, Thursdays at 10 a.m.
Got to give the people time. Give the people what they want.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legend continues.
Beautiful people, this is Major. This is why I love you on the lunch break.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all new 92.3 FM, streaming live on KYOKradio.org. Also, you can check us out on the Lunch Break Sports Talk Show Facebook page. Appreciate you finding us there. You can also check us out on YouTube. It's called The Lunch Break with AJ on YouTube. And then on Twitter, Lunch Break KYOK, at Lunch Break KYOK. Tavonda Brown says, I agree with the caller concerning James Harden. When he gets to the playoff, he just stops and don't put forth his best effort in the playoffs. Well, we ain't seen but 45 seconds of that in Brooklyn. And then he ain't had to do nothing but sit there and look good. And he does look good. Looking good, James. Feeling good, Billy Ray. Anyway. I don't know, man. Everybody has jumped on this Brooklyn bandwagon. I'm going to leave y'all alone. I'm going to let y'all make it. My sister told me to let y'all make it. I'm going to let y'all make it. And again, I will not overlook what Phoenix did in overcoming a double-digit deficit to come back and beat Denver, 122-105. And after watching the halftime crew with Kenny, Charles, Ernie, and Shaq, they pretty much handed it to Denver after the first half. You know, Shaq was on that time, dinner, chicken dinner, and, because Joker had pinned a small man down under the basket and all of that. Phoenix wasn't done. The young guns from Phoenix were not done. And again, man, we're in the second round. Phoenix has already come through the Lakers, the defending NBA champs. You can't write them off, and there's still time on the clock. So I'm telling you, man, I like what I see out of Phoenix. Also, the NBA writers selected New York Knicks head coach Tom Thibodeau as the coach of the year over the Phoenix Suns head coach Monty Williams. Now, I don't have a vote. I should have a vote. I don't think the writers should get to decide everything in baseball, football, basketball. I guess they decide the Hockey Hall of Fame too. But some of those writers just ain't right. Monty Williams had more first-place votes and more third-place votes than Thibodeau. I get it that the Knicks haven't been relevant for anything for years. Since what, 2011, 2012? And here they come this year. I get it. But Monty Williams was coach of the year. Monty Williams is the coach of the year. Hello, you're live on the lunch break. Who's this?
Hey, it's Keith Hennig.
Man, I'm so glad Ben Crump went down there and got you out of Facebook jail. I can't see straight, man. I can't see straight. When Ben threw that press conference and say, we're going to do everything we can, we're going to use all our resources at our disposal to get Keith Hennig out of Facebook jail, I knew we were heading in the right direction.
And thank you. You managed to do that.
Hey, man, I was going to bat for you, dog. One way or another. I was either going to get you out, I was going to put some ho-hos and Twinkies and ding-dongs on your books. Yeah, man. You were going to have some collateral in there.
Well, I appreciate that. They let me out after 24 hours, and I'm none the worse for wear.
Did they take your shoestrings from you, Keith? Is that what they do in Facebook jail?
Took my shoestrings and my belt and my laptop and said, you're done for 24 hours.
Well, I'm glad you was able to get a call out to us because we rallied the troops to get you out of there, brother.
Well, I appreciate your help. I really do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. And we brothers for real, Doc. I can't leave you in there because if we couldn't have got you out, we was going to break you out.
Well, that's what I get for running my mouth about somebody that I shouldn't have, and live and learn.
Well, let me just tell you something, man. I leave that dude alone. It's a whole lot of energy around that dude, but I leaving him alone.
Oh yeah, a whole lot. Well, I wanted to call. My basketball season ended the night that Greg Popovich walked off the court. So I will jump on the bandwagon for the finals, but I don't have a lot of interest in the NBA right now.
Understood.
You know,
Is it mandatory workout day for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? I think it is, and I think Tom Brady was 100% involved earlier today.
He always is.
Yeah,
he always is.
Yeah.
Man.
I do know that Aaron Rodgers no-showed and Deshaun Watson no-showed for the Texans, so they are official holdouts. Now, it was a speculation before today, but they both have officially not reported to their mandatory workouts.
Well, in Deshaun Watson's case, I certainly understand that. That shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. He's going to go. He will wind up somewhere else, and I hope he has a happy and successful career because he's a fine young man and an outstanding quarterback. But I wanted to touch on something you and Todd were talking about, gaining weight and diet.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, like myself, you are on a restricted diet.
Mm-hmm.
And when a doctor tells you not to eat something, you don't eat it.
Right.
And anytime you have that kind of change in your system, you clearly gain weight.
Yeah.
When the doc says give up ribs and brisket and red meat and everything else but fish, you start finding yourself hungry a lot and snacking on ice cream and cookies, all kinds of fun stuff. And
Wait, Keith, hold that thought. You telling my business. Let me take a quick commercial break. I'm going to come back and get you out of my business. We'll be right back.
Vice President of CWA District 6, representing over 30,000 union members in Texas, asking you to please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for Lamarck City Council District 8. I've known Kim to be a hard-working community activist who is responsive to the needs of the community, and as a city council member, will work hard to improve the lives of all residents in Lamarck. Early voting is taking place June 7th through June 15th, and Election Day is June 19th. Please cast your vote for Kim Yancey for City Council District 8.
Paid for by the Texas for Working Families.
Tune in to Table Talk with your boy, TD Blackshear, every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. on the legendary KYOK 1140 a.m. and 92.3 FM. See you there.
In need of tires? Check out OMG Tire Services and more. New and used tires, all the name brands you desire, located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Give them a call at 832-767-3211. Top-notch service from beginning to end. When you're done, get your car hand washed inside and out at OMG Tire Services and more. Located at 3126 Tidwell between 59 North and Jensen. Call 832-767-3211. That's 832-767-3211. Conveniently located on the north side.
The legendary KYOK 1140 AM. The legendary KYOK 92.3 FM. Two radio stations in one.
I'm Larry Scott, host of the Not So Christian and Me Show. Join me Saturdays for great fun, interviews, music, and the latest news surrounding our world today. We are the show that cares to hear your voice and opinion with real conversation in a no judgment zone. So join me Saturdays from 1 to 2 p.m. on the Not So Christian and Me Show, right here on the legendary KYOK Radio, 1140 AM, and the all-new 92.3 FM and KYOKradio.org.
My name is Devon McDonald from Jamaica, play with Indianapolis Colts, and you listen to the lunch break.
All right, back on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK, all-new 92.3 FM and streaming live on KYOKradio.org. We go back to Keith Hennick, Caller of the Year 2020. Keith, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you was telling all my business about those that ice cream. I done found some ice cream sandwiches with chocolate chips in them and stuff like that. Yeah.
I hear you, man. I did the same thing.
Man, my daughter left some double cookie ice cream at the house. Had to eat that. Didn't want that to go to bad. So.
Well, no. Oh, no.
And then I found these red velvet cakes over at Kroger that, it's just two slices in a little container. And, those make it to the house. They don't stay long, but they come by and visit. So it's been rough, brother. It's been rough.
Well, you know what you do is walk by that cake and go to the produce department, and you get to substitute cake and cookies with raw broccoli, cauliflower, cucumbers, and carrots, and you will find yourself feeling a whole lot better.
That don't even sound right, Keith. Keith, that don't even sound right.
Horrible. Oh, it's there's nothing good about it, but it'll fill your belly and you won't gain any weight. But
okay, all right. I appreciate you looking out for me. I do. I really appreciate you looking out for me. I'll see how that works.
Well, and I want to ask you one other question. Who do you like for the NBA Finals?
Right now, in my professional opinion, I think Utah, and I'll probably go Brooklyn. But in my fandom, I want Phoenix and Atlanta. Just in my fandom, I want Phoenix and Atlanta. But, that probably ain't going to happen, but it could.
It could. And let's say it's Brooklyn. Will you be supporting Brooklyn during those finals?
If it's Brooklyn and Utah, oh, man, I'm going with Mike Conley from The Ohio State University. I'm going with Donovan Mitchell. I'm going with Rudy. Rudy Gobert was the public enemy number one at the beginning of COVID in 2020. He was public enemy number one. They canceled the whole season because of Rudy. So for them to win a chip, I'm rooting. You know me. I'm rooting for those underdogs like that.
There you go. Well, you've got a bandwagon buddy. I'll do the same thing, but that's yet to be determined. And let's see, what else do I have on my list today? Because I have some quiet time. Oh, you look great. That's a very sharp outfit. I'm sitting here in a Buccaneers T-shirt and gym shorts. So, you kind of outdressed me today.
Well, my new producer. Shout out to producer Kev, Kev the producer. I'm sorry. My new producer said every now and then change up on them. And I decided to change up and shout out to my frat brothers. We Crimson and Cream. That's how we do it. So I appreciate that, Keith. Thank you so much.
You look great. You guys sound great. I like the format. And I'm just going to tell you the same thing I always do. Keep up that fine work. You're doing outstanding work.
Keith, I appreciate you as always. I love you for free, man. And you keep doing what you're doing. And if you ever get in Twitter jail or YouTube jail or back in Facebook jail, you call your brother. We'll rally the troops and come get you.
I appreciate that. Love you guys too.
All right, Keith. Take care. Keith Hennick, Caller of the Year 2020. Just a great dude, man. Just a great guy. I appreciate him to no end. So want to shout out to him. All right. I've got a ton of people that have been dropping text messages about their teams. So let me see if I can't get to a couple of these. Big Time Floyd, hello, AJ and the Breakers. Why all the James Harden bashing? The Nets are fooling themselves if they think they can win a chip without him. He is the X factor. No James, no ring. Well, let me just say this. James is definitely the X factor, and the chance for Brooklyn to win the chip is better with him than without him. I believe that. I really believe that. I'm not just saying it. I really believe that. I'll also say that Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and the guys could possibly win a chip without James if they can in any way maintain that kind of energy and efficiency that they have going on right now, especially on the defensive end. They turned Milwaukee over twice as many times as they turned the ball over. That's, some of that's on Milwaukee, but, same thing. Some of that's good defense by Brooklyn. Again, love what they're doing offensively, but what they're doing defensively right now is epic. It's epic. So, it's going to be interesting. I'm not writing off Milwaukee. I'm just not. I said it yesterday, and I'm going to stand by it today. Milwaukee's not going to get swept. Milwaukee's not going to lose 4-1. Milwaukee's not going to lose 4-2. I could easily back off that today. I'm not. Now, if if Brooklyn wins game 3 in Milwaukee, I might back off of it then. I might let senioritis kick in then. Did I say that? Did I say it in the mic? Did I say it and I didn't have my fingers crossed? How did I say it? Did you hear me say it? Or did you hear that I said it? You know, I'll start him ha-haing then. But right now, I'm saying it with my chest. My feet are flat on the ground right now. We'll see. We'll see. They play all of them. All of them count. All right, so Phoenix got the win last night, coming back 122-105. Game 2 in that series is going to be tomorrow night, 8:30 Central. Tomorrow night, 8:30 Central. Tonight, Atlanta at Philly. Atlanta's already up 1-0. It'll tip off at 6:30 Central. And I'm just going to tell you, I expect more of what I saw game 1, 128-124, close game. Don't know if it's going to be that high scoring, but I'm expecting Atlanta to put some pressure on Philly in game 2 like they did in game 1. Joel Embiid, man, toughed it out. Even though he's still suffering with an injury, Joel Embiid toughed it out. Ben Simmons, Tobias Harris, they got to step up. They got to do their thing. They got to do whatever Joel Embiid can. So that one's going to be a good one. I won't be surprised if Philly wins that one tonight, but I won't be surprised if Atlanta does, because I'm telling you, Atlanta don't care. Atlanta don't care about what the experts say. They don't care what they say, about all of this, all that, and I like it. I like it. And then after that, you got Utah and the Clippers, tips off at 9, game 1 of their second round matchup. Again, Utah is probably my favorite in that one, but the Clippers might have flipped the script after that scare against the Dallas Mavericks. Remember when Golden State almost lost to Oklahoma City? Oklahoma City almost took Golden State out, and then after that first round matchup, Golden State ran everybody out the gym. They ran everybody out the gym. But that first round matchup woke them up. Could be the same thing with the Clippers. We'll see. Daryl Morey and the 76ers got fined $75K. Tampering with Steph Curry. Daryl Morey just needs to quit tweeting. Daryl Morey needs to get an intern and say, yo, you run my Twitter account because I don't do it so good. I mean, I know $75,000 is chump change for him and for the organization, but still. You're a general manager. You can't say, hey, Steph, come play with your brother in Philly. Just can't do it. So they a little lighter in the pocket. No big deal. But still can't do that. And then, as I said, NBA writers selecting Tom Thibodeau, Coach of the Year. To me, Monty Williams should have that Coach of the Year award. Major League Baseball, Astros going to visit the Bo Sox tonight. First pitch just after 6. And then the Rangers going to host the Giants. First pitch will be just after 7 o'clock. That's your quick sports update. I said with Keith Hennig on the air, a couple of teams have their mandatory workout. Aaron Rodgers didn't show up in Green Bay. He's officially a holdout. I think it's something like $93,000 per day he misses. Green Bay is not going to hold that against him. They better not. I mean, seriously, you're trying to make peace with this dude, not war. And I know people are going to say, oh, well, yeah, if that's the penalty, you should pay the penalty. Some people are just treated differently. Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to be treated differently than, the 5th round defensive tackle out of Liberty. He's going to be treated differently. And if those fines are the difference between Aaron Rodgers staying and playing in Green Bay versus him, proving a point, they'll waive those fees. Deshaun Watson, probably a little different deal. I believe they're going to double the fines against Deshaun more than likely. This organization and Deshaun Watson, man, that's a situation that needs to be brought to a resolution on the field. Meaning they need to figure out, leave the legal stuff alone and just figure out where they're going to go from here as an organization. All indication is that they're moving on from Deshaun. And, oh, yeah, by the way, I caught an interview with Davis Mills. Eesh. Surprising. Very surprising. Very surprising. And not in a good way. So, hey, what can we say? You know, they've got all of their players that they want to deal with. If I'm the Texans, find a trade partner with somebody and get Deshaun out of here and focus on your season. They're not going to do that though. Pride comes before that fall. And again, it's a serious thing on Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy, because I got a bunch of Cowboy fans in my mentions, Mike McCarthy has got to do better than what he did last season. You don't have Andy Dalton. You don't have your former defensive coordinator. And you've got some help on the offensive side. You gotta be better. You've got to be better. And if not, then they got to pull. Jerry, Stephen, et al., the Jones family, has got to pull the trigger. This whole loyalty thing and all of that, Arizona didn't have loyalty for their one-year coach before they brought in Cliff Kingsbury. You know, they didn't have love in Tampa for Lovie Smith, you know, when he was trying to adjust to Jameis Winston. What does the franchise owe Mike McCarthy other than a check if he doesn't play better or coach better this season? There's no reason for Dallas to be a 7-win team this season. 6 wins, sorry. And I know I got my baby sister, Kelsey Nicole Nelson. She's going to be coming to Texas in about a month. I'm trying to make sure I coordinate with her. I know she's a big Washington fan, but there's no way Washington wins a division with 7 wins this year. If that happens, regardless of what happened on the field, if it's injuries, if it's COVID, if it's whatever, if Mike McCarthy wins 7 games, 8 games, and somebody wins the division with a win more, he's got to go. He's got to go. Pay whatever the buyout is, get him out of there, and get in go get Lincoln Riley out of Oklahoma. You know, go get Eric Bieniemy out of Kansas City. You got to do that. You can't keep wasting the better parts of guys' careers, you know, trying to figure it out with your head coach. And again, other head coaches have not gotten that kind of respect. Why does Mike McCarthy deserve it? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know some people are like, dude, what are you talking about? It's kind of harsh. Yeah, this isn't church. You know, we're not excommunicating him. He's paid to do a job if he's not doing it well. Same thing with the head coach in Milwaukee basketball. Great guy. Terry Stotts was a great guy in Portland. But we're paying you not to just be a great guy, paying you to get us over the hump. And, you know, again, Dallas has got to be better than 6-10 or now 6-11 with 17 games. So anybody else want to talk your team, hit me up, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000. I've got to do those birthdays. I've got to do the birthdays. So let me get that set up to do, and we'll go from there. If you know somebody had a birthday, having a birthday today, now it's got to be today. Let me know, 281-453-1000, 281-453-1000 for birthdays. Let's get those queued up. And we'll get that going. Let me see. You know, I got to get this ready. Let's see. Bang. A lot of birthdays in June. A lot of people I know celebrating birthdays in June. So let me get this list together. All right, get those last-minute birthdays in because I'm getting ready to do them right now. Getting ready to do them right now. If you're celebrating a birthday today, or you know somebody that's celebrating a birthday right now, today, I'm getting my list together as we speak. Where are they? I sent myself an email message or text message, and now 58,000 other ones have come in. Okay, let's see. That's crazy. Where are my birthday people? All right. I don't know what I did with my list. That's going to save y'all. Y'all got more time. 281-453-1000, 832-403-5005. You got more time because I'm trying to find my birthday list. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Got it. Sorry. Ran out of time. Here we go. Happy birthday to Harding Smith, celebrating his birthday. Keisha celebrating her birthday. I hope she's doing well. Monty Brown, 34 today. Let's see. Jaheim Bradshaw celebrating a birthday. Jimmy Jacob celebrating. Kevin Hines, Grace Foster, Nicole Hayward, and Shondi Alford all celebrating birthdays today. And then I got to say a very special birthday to Shalonda Dawkins celebrating her birthday today. Congratulations to y'all. Happy birthday. And you know how we go for the birthdays. Here you go.
Oh, go shawty, it's your birthday. Ooh, it's your birthday. Go shawty, it's your birthday. Today's your day. Happy birthday to you.
I had to get the brother Usher on to sing happy birthday to y'all. If I could sing, I would do it just like that. Again, if you know somebody celebrating a birthday this week, get them to me on that respective day. Tomorrow, we'll be doing tomorrow's birthdays, and then so on and so on and so on. If you want to get him in, 281-453-1000 when I'm here, or text me, 832-403-5005, or email me, aj@kyoksports.com for the birthdays. All right, we'll be right back right after this. Wrap it up on the lunch break.
1140 AM and 92.3 FM. The legendary KYOK.
If your loved one has passed away due to COVID-19, pay close attention to this message. You could be entitled to a death benefit of over $300,000. The U.S. government has set up a fund to pay families relief if they've lost a loved one due to COVID-19. We know this is a hard time for you, and this fund has been set up by the federal government to help ease your pain. The compensation includes a death benefit and lost wages benefit. Time is limited, so we urge you to make a free phone call right now. There's no cost to you for this claim. All legal fees are only covered once you receive your money. So if you've lost a loved one due to COVID-19, call the legal helpline right now to find out if you qualify for a cash award. Here's our number, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047, 800-876-7047. That's 800-876-7047. Paid for by the IPG Law Group.
Hey, what's up? This your boy James Fortune, and you are listening to The Lunch Break. Keep it locked.
All right, y'all, we're back here on the lunch break on the legendary KYOK and the all-new 92.3 FM. It is our Talk Your Team Tuesday, and a lot of people calling to talk their team. I got a shout-out to Big Tom Floyd again. He's got another comment in. Hey, but I got the complimentary passes in for the Houston's Children's Museum. Children's Museum Houston. I've got the family 4-packs to give away. I had a young lady won hers last week, so I'll be giving those away starting tomorrow. If you want to win a family 4-pack, you got to be listening on Winning Wednesday tomorrow. And I got some more of those free classic chopped beef sandwiches at Dickey's Barbecue Pit. They say they're legit Texas barbecue, and you got a chance to win a free chopped beef sandwich. So I got all that today, and I will be giving them away starting tomorrow on Winning Wednesday. on the lunch break. If you want to go to the Children's Museum, Houston, you've got to be listening tomorrow. Got a family 4-pack I'll be giving away. All right? All right. I think Miss Krishan won last week. Miss Krishan, I gotta send you your complimentary guest pass for your win from last week. So there we go. All right. So let me go to Big Time Floyd's comment. Big Time Floyd had a comment. He says, AJ, anything less than NFC Championship than Jerry Jones has no choice but to fire Mike McCarthy. Cowboy Nation demands no excuses. I'm in agreement. And I'm serious. I just like Todd, he called in and he said, AJ, how do you feel about Brad Stevens getting the front office job in Boston? You know, I've been hard on Brad Stevens than anybody. But at the end, it boiled down to one thing. The owner of the Boston Celtics controls that franchise, and that's his decision to make. He decided to move Brad Stevens up to the front office, so be it. It's the same thing with the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, the Jones family owns that organization. They don't owe Mike McCarthy anything other than a check. If he ain't getting the job done, and he has back-to-back seasons of 7 wins, 6 wins, man, well, how much longer are you going to wait on that? And you just gave your quarterback a mint. You just gave him his own credit union. Got to give these players the best chance to win. And if Mike McCarthy ain't it after this season, we ought to know something. Yeah, I mean, you see what Cal McNair did with Bill O'Brien after 4 games last year. Yeah, no, this ain't working. Well, give me a chance. You had it. Well, what can I do? Leave? I mean, I'm not saying be cutthroat, but, you know, be firm. Yeah, we're going in a different direction. Thanks for coming. The good folks here will see you out. So, you know, again, Cowboy fan. I had a Saint fan get in here about repping his team. Yeah, here we go. Saint fan from 713-933. 713-933. AJ, I know you are a New Orleans Saints fan. How will the Saints replace Drew Brees, being that he's a Hall of Fame quarterback? Let me say this. I know the stats probably won't prove this out, but was Drew Brees a Hall of Fame quarterback last season? Did he put up Hall of Fame type numbers? Especially at the end of the year, was he like, you know, just killing it? I mean, we saw a consistent decline in Drew Brees' performance over last season to the point where he couldn't get the ball more than 10 yards downfield in the NFC Championship game, and the Saints got killed. I mean, the defensive coordinator for Tampa Bay said, yeah, don't drop back more than 10 yards. He can't throw it that far. And it changed the whole complexion of the game. Todd Bowles. So it's not like Jameis Winston or Taysom Hill is replacing the Drew Brees from his prime. They're replacing the Drew Brees that could have retired last year and wouldn't have been missed that much this past year. You know, everybody's making it sound like they got to replace the Drew Brees in his prime, throwing 50 touchdowns, you know, 4,000, 5,000 yards, 2 interceptions. That's not the Drew Brees that they're replacing. I don't mean to say this disrespectfully or sacrilegiously, but each of them is as good as Drew Brees was this past season. I know somebody's going to give me some stat. Oh, Drew Brees, third down efficiency, or Drew Brees plus minus, or some crazy number that at the end of the day was made up by somebody working for the mothership. At the end of the year, football related, that Drew Brees was not the Hall of Fame in his prime Drew Brees. I mean, seriously, at the end of the year, they're replacing a guy that might have been middle of the road at best. And Jameis Winston's a little bit better than middle of the road. And Taysom Hill, if it's his package now, if you're going to drop him back and have him throw the ball 40 times a game, now you're talking about a whole different deal. But if you're going to mix some RPO, have him throw it 20 times, run it 12 times, different. Those players can replace that Drew Brees from last season. And as long as you got the right scheme and the right package and you're not predictable, I think it's more on Sean Payton than it is on replacing Drew Brees. Sean Payton has got to come up with the scheme that he was unable to come up with when Drew Brees' arm strength failed him in, the biggest game of the year. Because Todd Bowles definitely made the adjustment. Drew Brees couldn't. I mean, Sean Payton and them couldn't. So Sean Payton's got to put in the offense that will allow Jameis Winston to look like a franchise quarterback. Taysom Hill to look like a franchise quarterback. He's got to put in the offense that gives them the best chance to play like franchise quarterbacks. Now, Taysom Hill and or Jameis Winston have to do their part. But at the end of the day, replacing last season's Drew Brees, that ain't going to be as hard as people think it is. And, fans, they remember the in his prime, best of the best, future Hall of Fame Drew Brees. That's not the guy they had last season. Green Bay has got a problem. The Texans have a problem. They got to replace guys that are in their prime. Aaron Rodgers is not in his prime. Yeah, he is. He just won the whole doggone league MVP. Well, Deshaun Watson not in his prime. Dude had 4,500 yards on a team that only won 4 games. Saints don't have that same problem. And as we saw last season with Tampa Bay versus the Saints don't have to win the NFC South. They just got to make the playoffs and be healthy and gelling come playoff time. Tampa Bay didn't win the NFC South. Saints did. Tampa Bay won the Super Bowl. Saints don't have to sell out everything to win the NFC South. I know home field advantage is a luxury. It's a premium. Now, you just need wins throughout the playoffs. That's what you need. It's one thing to want something. It's another thing to need something. You need to be healthy. You don't need home field advantage. You need to win the Super Bowl. You don't need to win the NFC South. So, Saint fans, I feel you. Okay, let me, another one came in. Where is this one? 713-362. 713-362. Says, AJ, I'm a Chiefs fan. What do the Chiefs need to do to get back to Super Bowl prominence? Offensive line. What Kansas City and the offensive coordinator and coordinators and Patrick Mahomes were able to do a couple of years ago against San Francisco. The one adjustment that they made, I highlighted a couple times, where he took a little bit deeper drop. Instead of 7 steps, he took like 9, 10, 11. And it gave him just enough time to find Tyreek Hill open on a big play. And, of course, they went down and scored. That adjustment didn't work last year. The deeper he dropped, the further he got sacked. In fact, they needed to make the opposite adjustment last year in the Super Bowl than they made the year before, in that he didn't have enough time to drop back 7, 9, 10, 11. He needed to 3-step or like hot read and just back that defense up, slow that defense down. But the offensive line that they have now is totally different than the offensive line that they played, the Super Bowl with. Of course, they had an injured offensive lineman, but if I'm not mistaken, didn't they opt out of or trade or release both their starting tackles and replace them through free agency and the draft? So I say that to say the offensive line has got to be better. This season than it was last season. And thank you, Willie Gibson said yes, they did. And they have got to emphasize the running game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, they got to emphasize the running game. They can't just run because it's convenient. And let me just say this. I know this is going to sound sacrilegious, but that's some of the thing that got Andy Reid in trouble in Philadelphia. He got too in love with the pass. He got too in love with one-dimensional football instead of the balanced attack that got them to NFC championships, and NFC championships. Andy Reid's got to be the best coach on Andy Reid that he can be and not fall back into some old tendencies, some old bad habits. He's got some guys that can carry the load and got to depend on him. You can't just let Patrick Mahomes drop back and sling it. While he can, that offensive line ain't going to give him time. You're going to have a dinged up Pat Mahomes when you need him healthy. You're going to have, it's just going to be a tougher road. Got to use the run like they did early last season. And you got to be creative with it. Two things Andy Reid is going to do in a game. He's going to throw a bunch of screens. He is the screen god. I know that's sacrilegious for my Christian folks, but I'm little G-O-D. And he's going to throw the ball 30, 40 times, at least 35 times a game. He's going to do it. But you got to run the ball 20 times a game, too. That's a whole lot of plays right there. That's saying you're going to have 55, 60 offensive plays. And I'm just saying, got to have a higher percentage of running the ball if they're going to be back. Right now, who's the favorite in the NFL? Tampa Bay Buccaneers. By far. By far. Tell me somebody that's knocking on the door of Tampa Bay right now. Right now. Kansas City. They got holes. We don't know if San Francisco is going to be back. Buffalo, maybe. Holes. Pittsburgh, big holes. Tennessee, and a lot of question marks. We'll see how things work out there. Cleveland, come on, not yet. Haven't. They got to do it. We're not going to just give it to them. So anyway, I got to get ready to go. Let me get Sybil Wilkes on here to give us our What You Need to Know. Again, tomorrow, giving away complimentary family 4-packs to the Children's Museum Houston. Also going to give away some Dickey's barbecue sandwiches. So all that will be on Winning Wednesday. Just a little public service announcement. There'll be a family food distribution tomorrow at the Sweet Home Missionary Baptist Church, 7401 Hempstead Road in Houston, between 1 and 3. Appreciate their community sponsors: Sweet Home Missionary Baptist Church, Gregory Collins, pastor, Lockwood Funeral Home, Harris County Precinct 3, Constable Sherman Eagleton, State Representative Symphonia Thompson, Greasy Spoon, Soul Food Bistro, and the Houston Food Bank. So again, that'll be tomorrow. No, that's June 16th. I'm sorry. That's June 16th. Family food distribution from 1 to 3 at Sweet Home Missionary Baptist Church. So that's next Wednesday. Not tomorrow, but the Wednesday after that, June 16th. All right? All right, y'all. As always, let's not be divided. Let's be united. I love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Wear your mask where you're supposed to. Wash your hands like you're supposed to. Give people their distance. And when you see that racism, kill it. Not the person or the people, the racism. How do you do that? You don't laugh about it. You don't joke about it. You certainly don't spread it. You just end it, okay? To my noobs, love y'all. All right, y'all. Here is Sybil Wilkes.
next with what you need to know. As Republican leaders continue efforts to toughen voting access for millions of Americans, former President Barack Obama chimed in on the subject late last week. Obama suggested that efforts by GOP-led legislatures to change voting laws amount to rigging the system. The former president said Republicans had pushed patently false claims that the 2020 election was stolen and criticized them for instituting voter suppression methods through state legislatures. The Biden administration's July 4th goal of getting 70% of American adults at least partially vaccinated is just under 1 month away. The U.S. is averaging fewer than 1 million shots per day, a big decline of more than 2/3 from the peak of 3.4 million in April. In other health news, the FDA has approved the Alzheimer's drug Aduhelm Monday. This is the first time since 2003 that the agency has approved a new therapy for the disease, which affects half of all Black families. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed, be empowered.
All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. A lot of fun. Great calls today. Great support. Again, those tune in on the new platforms that we're using. Again, now that I've gotten it off my personal Facebook page, I'm really happy about the different places that will be broadcast. Stay tuned now. We're still working on some other platforms. As soon as we get those, we will be announcing them. And Kev, the producer, he keeps adding the different places that we are on the overlay. So, hey, I don't mind if it's strung all the way across the bottom. As always, y'all, not this, definitely this. Have a great rest of your day. Talk to you soon.